follow-up. The Roach Warren could just be an emergency follow-up. He could go into heavy ling play, and just in case he's got that Roach Warren. Roach Warren on one base is a very strange build. But we'll see. There's two Roaches coming out, so he's just going for it. Like I said, like I thought, just going to see what he can do. And I got to be honest, I think he's going to be able to do it.
Well, so far we really don't have all that many units here for Jaeger now, but of course the bunker is going to go down, and that one surely will finish, because the Lynx cannot do anything about that bunker not finishing or finishing. They will just go up that ramp, see, oh wait, there's a wall in. Bad news bears, I cannot get through that wall in, so they basically have to wait for the Roaches to be able to deal anything, and those Roaches are so far away from the other side of the map, they just left the natural expansion of Hope, meaning that Jaegon of course has plenty of time, but still, going command center first puts him so far behind in defending this push here, so he still has to be extremely careful.
We've got 8 lings, 7 roaches, so 7 roach timing basically with a nice ling pressure in the beginning. Probably get in there with those lings, soak up all of that fire, then bust down the door with the roaches and push on through. While I think from now on he'll probably spend all of his resources on macro. If he can get it done with the resources that he's made, then fine. If not, he'll just macro up.
And here we go, Roaches are now pushing forward, trying to take out that first depot to be able to get to that bunker. Now the door is open, bunker can be attacked, but with the second fallback bunker behind that, not really too much dangerous moves should be made here by Hope. Of course he can snipe a couple of SCVs that were repairing that bunker, but eventually the aggression is being held here, and I think from here on out Jaegon is in a phenomenal position to go into the mid game or late game.
Yeah, I don't think Mouse is massively behind us. Like I said, he just built that early small amount of units. It did cost him a little bit. He got enough damage done, I think, probably just to feel safe. He got 4 SCVs, the bunker, a supply depot. So I think it's about even right now. I think it was a nice timing. Put the Terran player on the back foot and see what he does from there.
Now we have a small drop here heading towards Hope. 3 Hellions are being dropped into the main base here, trying to do some damage here. And of course 3 drones are enough to one-shot a drone here, so Hope has to be extremely careful, but already catching 1 Hellion, very very good move there. But still the Hellions deal a lot of damage here, roasting drone after drone. Should also kill that one with only 1 HP, thank you. And if we take a look at the workers killed so far, 10 workers have been killed, and that number is still rising, 13. Eventually the Hellions will be cleaned up, but now if we take a look at the harvest accounts, 28 to 29, putting the Terran player, especially if you take mules into consideration, in a phenomenal position from here on out. Also in terms of supply, Jaegon is ahead, 52 to 41. Hope definitely has to work hard to get back into that game.
Yeah, that was such a powerful timing there. He just got through to that window and monstered the crap out of him, basically. I really don't see what Hope can do to get back into this. There's timing. We're about to get the 10-minute mark where the bio player really kicks into gear. We see the additional barracks coming down, and all of his tech and stuff is going to start lining up. He's 11 supply worker. He's killed 11 workers, and he's got another drop full of Marines coming in, and there's almost nothing here to defend this.
Absolutely. 2 Roaches are in production. They eventually will be able to clean off the drop here, but they will take a long time to actually deal with those Hellions here. They are in a nice position though to be able to deal with those, but still he has to be extremely careful. Now Hellions are being unloaded, and another drop actually with 8 Marines comes behind that to join forces, and that is extremely scary here for the Zerg player. Let's see what he can make that happen to defend that, because that will be extremely hard to do so. Now Hellions and Marines are pushing forward. Queen immediately gets taken out here. There we go. And also the Roaches.
Quickly see a GG here.
Yeah. I mean, eventually...
As our opponent realizes that this is much and he picks off all those roaches, and now the queens are going down. The hatchery is going to be next, and that will die very quickly to any amount of marines, basically. Stim finally being researched, but I don't think it's going to be necessary.
I mean, eventually, with the reinforcements here for Hope, he might be able to fight back that drop. But if we take a look at the supplies, 50 to 83, 32 to 47 harvesters, that is not a comfortable position to be in, to say the least here. Roxky's Jagon is just securing his third base, and Hope is so far away from securing his own third base. And I mean, already being on equal basis with a Terran player is not good as a Zerg player. Imagine how bad it is if you're actually one base behind.
This feels exactly like the previous game with Hope really just being incredibly dominant, and now it's reversed where Jagon just seems to be doing everything exactly right, doing everything perfectly, timing everything exactly right, getting through all these tiny little gaps and windows, cutting no corners, really getting everything done really well.
Yeah, more roaches.
And he's not going to be able to get anything done with
absolutely.
roaches against Biomine.
More roaches are being produced, I was just about to say, but they won't actually do the trick here for Hope, even though he might be just for a couple of seconds ahead here in terms of upgrades, because his +1/+1 for the roaches just finished. But basically he has no follow-up, he has no third base. The only thing he really has are those roaches, and they are not enough. He's now trying to get +2, but it's really not going to matter, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
We did see Jagon doing this similar thing where he crippled his opponent, was way ahead, and then he just didn't follow it up, and the Protoss player almost caught up, and that would be really tragic, because the upgrade advantage for the Zerg player is going to be fairly significant if he continues to let him macro up. Player deficit is so huge at the moment, he should just be able to get in there 1A and win, which I think he's just about to do. Probably not 1A, but he's going to finish him off. But if he had waited too long, he might have actually been in danger of being overtaken, because the Zerg can very quickly just explode.
Yeah, absolutely. If we take a look at the unit set, we have 23 roaches for Hope here. But of course that is just roaches, and against the stimmed army in combination with Widow Mines, they are not enough, even though with the +1/+1 upgrades they are quite beefy. Now Jagon is going to push for a nice concave for the Zerg player though, but it is not going to be enough. Widow Mines burrowing themselves in pretty nice positions and getting nice connects onto all the roaches. GG! And Jagon equalizes the score.
He certainly does, in a very convincing fashion. Holding that initial push was extremely well done. I don't remember how he saw it, but he definitely saw the roach push coming, and he started bunkering up immediately. I think it was probably a mistake on behalf of Hope to attack that bunker in the supply depot when he could have taken down the barracks instead. The barracks was the only building through to the natural, and he could have got in there and done some SCV damage, and if he had done enough SCV damage, he would have paid for the that aggression.
Absolutely, so we are just waiting for the next lobby to be created here. Let's hope that this goes quickly. But yeah, we were talking after the first game about how dominant Hope was. He was indeed, but going for that cheese in game number 2 maybe was just not the right decision to do here. By the way, I got an invite. I hope you did get one as well. Yeah, you did. Awesome. He was looking extremely dominant after game 1, but going for that cheese might have not been the correct decision, because it just put Jagon in a phenomenal position for the rest of the game, because he was able to throw that kind of commitment back without taking any sorts of damage there. So very well defended first of all, and then he was basically, it was his game to throw away. He was just so far ahead. He already, I mean, he went CC first, and even though he was able to throw back that commitment quite easily, that just put him in such a nice position. He had his CC ready, he could build 2 SCVs at a time, and then also especially the Hellion drops just dealt so much damage, where it was basically the damage was so hard that Hope just couldn't recover.
Definitely. So here we go into Neo Planet S. This is a Zerg friendly map, I believe. I think Hope's going to do much better on this map. We play a more standard game. As I said in the first game, he had a pocket. He had a game in his pocket. He could afford to try something a bit risky. Now it's evened up. I think he's just going to fall back on whatever his strengths are, whether it be micro or macro or both, and just try to take each game from now on in a more convincing fashion.
Alright, so introducing our players, we are looking at the green Zerg spawning in the bottom left hand side of Neo Planet S. It is going to be Mouse Sports Hope.
And in the top right hand corner, spawning as the blue Terran, taking game 2 in an unbelievably remarkable fashion. It's Rox Kiss Yegon.
Wow, you're trying to repronounce that name, I like that. Yegon.
Yegon. For Chinese. Yegon!
That's okay, racist here? Anyways.
I was doing an accent racist.
Is that the case?
I don't think doing accents is racist.
Okay.
Is it? No, I don't think so. Day9 does Asian accents all the time.
Well, if Day9 does it...
Exactly.
Anyways, of course I was just joking.
He's my lord and savior.
What did we learn? Anyways, this time, so at least as it seems to me so far, not really any major cheeses going on here from either player. Both players opening up very standard-esque here. I hope going for the hatch first. Surely we'll be throwing down a pool as soon as he reaches 200 minerals. And Jaegong, once again, probably going for the Reaper opening. There we go, yep. And we'll follow that up with a command center any moment, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. This is definitely a 2-base aggression map. I think everybody seems to open 2 bases and then just try to put on a bit of aggression, maybe going all in and see what happens, and then switch back to the third. But Terran players are very aggressive against, very greedy against Zerg these days. They figure if you can take a 3rd base, why can't I?